Seth, Jonah Slope, and Evan, Michael Sarah, are going to move on from secondary school. Dearest companions for a really long time, they face an unsure future. Evan has been acknowledged into Dartmouth, however Seth should go to the neighborhood state college. Both young men are strikingly horny yet virginal, something they need to address prior to leaving for school toward the finish of the mid-year. Noor is especially famous, as confirmed when an especially offensive cohort stops them before school one day to not welcome them to his graduation celebration. Seth and Evan in all actuality do have female cohorts to whom they are drawn in. Seth is almost certain that Jules, Emma Stone, returns his advantage. However, Evan is absent to the way that Becca, Martha McIsaac, needs to get with him. Seth hates Becca both for the difficulty she caused for him in first grade when she uncovered his fixation on drawing penises, and in light of the fact that she undermines his cozy relationship with Evan. In Home Financial Aspects class, Jules welcomes Seth and Evan to her graduation celebration that evening. When horrendously geeky companion Fogel, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, uncovers that he is going to get a phony ID, not entirely settled to give the liquor to Jules' party. Since Becca will go to Jules' party, as well, Seth is persuaded that he and Evan will engage in sexual relations that evening. Things quickly turn out badly. Seth's vehicle is towed when he leaves in the personnel parking garage. At the point when Fogel shows up with his phony ID, Seth is dismayed to discover that Fogel has taken on the name McLovin. Accepting that the ID will not be acknowledged, Seth intends to shoplift huge amounts of alcohol from a general store, however backs down without a second to spare. All things being equal, he and Evan send Fogel to an alcohol store, causing him a deep sense of shock. Fogel effectively utilizes his phony ID to purchase the alcohol. In any case, before he can leave the store, he is thumped oblivious by a looter. Since they went to gaze at a hearty lady down the road, Evan and Seth don't see the burglary. They truly do see the squad car show up and expect that Fogel is being captured for utilizing a phony ID. Troubled at having neither the liquor nor the $100 Jules gave him to purchase liquor, Seth panics. He is then hit by a vehicle driven by Francis, Joe Lo Truglio. Francis is frantic for Seth not to report the episode to the police and consents to secure liquor for them. Despite the fact that Francis is unpleasant, Seth and Evan go with him to a local party miles from the alcohol store. Soon after arriving, Francis is thumped by the mortgage holder, in print, Kevin Corrigan. Evan is irate that Seth has hauled him to this hazardous party and declares he will never again permit Seth to direct the course of their companionship. Seth blames Evan for abandoning him as a companion. Seth gets back to the party to take liquor. He filthy hits the dance floor with Imprint's bleeding sweetheart and ends up with a blood smudge on his jeans. At the point when Imprint sees this, he provokes Seth. Evan attempts to call Becca yet can't get great gathering on his phone, so returns into the house to utilize a landline. He ends up caught in a room with cocaine-grunting hooligans who erroneously think he is the brilliant-throated sibling of another person. He sings these eyes to appease them. In the end, Evan and Seth figure out how to get away from the party with a lot of liquor disguised in two huge clothing cleanser containers. In the meantime, Fogel was not captured by the police. As a matter of fact, officials Slater and Michaels, Bill Hader and Seth Rogen, appear to be dazzled with his desire for liquor and capacity to take a punch. Fogel ends up going through the night with them. He assists them with curbing a brutal alcoholic at a nearby bar and afterward shares a lager with them. They uncover a fairly easygoing mentality towards police technique and, surprisingly, let Fogel hold their weapons. Slater and Michaels get a call to separate a battle at the party Seth and Evan are caught at. En route to the party, Slater runs into Seth, thumping him to the ground. At the point when he finds liquor in one of the cleanser containers, he intends to capture Seth and Evan. In any case, while Slater and Michaels attempt to devise an arrangement to clear up the harm for the crew vehicle, Fogel, Evan and Seth escape alongside the cleanser containers and all of the liquor Fogel purchased, which he had been conveying with him while watching with Slater and Michaels. They take the transport to Jules' party. On the way, Seth discovers that Evan and Fogel have proactively chosen to room together at Dartmouth. Becca is now there and right now inebriated. Evan learns she has gone through the night drinking vigorously and declaring her goals to have intercourse with him. She hauls him to Jules' room and unsteadily attempts to allure him. He opposes, needing their relationship to be more than physical. She hurls. Seth has no more prominent karma. Persuaded that Jules will lay down with him provided that they are tanked, he gets intoxicated yet is shocked to learn both that Jules doesn't drink and that she would favor they attach when both are level-headed. Confounded, Seth drops on the manner in which his head bangs into Jules, giving her a bruised eye. At the point when he comes to, he sees Slater and Michaels have shown up to bust the party. He surges inside and, finding Evan tanked and dropped, conveys him to somewhere safe and secure. Michaels and Slater track down Fogel in a room going to have intercourse with Nicola Aviva. Slater is irate that Fogel deserted them, yet Michaels quiets him down. They let Fogel know that they realized his ID was phony, yet recalled the amount they despised cops when they were Fogel's age. Needing to show to him that police could be cool as well, they took him out on the lookout. They all consent to be companions. To intrigue the women, Fogel has Slater and Michaels drag him away like he were a hazardous lawbreaker. Then, at that point, they go to an abandoned parking area, do donuts in the crew vehicle, then junk it. Evan and Seth return to Evan's home. They make small-scale pizzas and move into their camping beds. They admit that they will constantly adore each other as companions. The following day, they go to the shopping center. Evan believes that another blanket should take to Dartmouth and Seth needs new jeans. There they see Becca and Jules. Becca says thanks to Evan for not exploiting her intoxication, and Seth apologizes to Jules for his own humiliating way of behaving. Becca and Evan choose to go out to shop for blankets, and Seth will assist Jules with purchasing cosmetics to conceal her bruised eye. Secure in their fellowship, Seth and Evan are at last open to being separated. Thanks for watching the summary, and remember, subscribe for more content.